We never intended them to be anything other than a slave. But they began to grow in number and in power, and eventually they fought their way to some freedom. So we became even more cruel, and to keep our black Americans down, we lynched. But yet they rose. So then we used the welfare system, the criminal justice system, to keep them down, to contain them, to destroy them. But yet they rose, and they're rising. Then we built prisons and jails to hold them. Yet they rose. And so now we are doing exactly what the Pharaoh did at the end, sending out a decree: kill them. So until we admit that when we wrote this Constitution that all men are created equal, that we never intended to include our black brothers and sisters, our nation may end up facing exactly what the Egyptians faced when they refused to let God's people go. So I'm going to say this to my white fellow Americans, that the bloodshed that is on its way is not on the hands of our fellow black Americans, but is on our hands. We are the ones that are refusing to let God's people go. We are the ones that are refusing to acknowledge that we do not value our black brothers and sisters as equal individuals or equal Americans as us white men. And to my black brothers and sisters, the racial issues, as I said, have been there from the very foundation, but why do we see it more? Because there's a shifting. See, us white men have been at the head since the foundation, but we've had a black president. And you know, we've done everything in our power to keep him from really changing things. Now we have another minority rising to the top, a white female. What does that say? Those of us who are white men who have been at the head are now starting to see and fear that we are going to become the tail. And we know what we've done to you. And so now we're fearful that you're going to do to us what we have done to you. But I will say this: I've lived in a black community for 23 years. I've never been treated the way that this country has treated my black Americans. So I call out my white Americans to say we better heed, repent, acknowledge, and change.
So, white people have done it again. They have taken a phrase and made it their own. They have taken black fatigue, are you fucking kidding me? And made it their own. Basically turned it into a little weapon that they can use. But here's the thing. Black fatigue is real. It is real. I see my friends experience the exhaustion on a daily, regular basis. And to be honest, I get exhausted too. But the privilege that I have, that we as white people have, we can log off. We can delete the app. We can change our algorithms. We can even completely take a hiatus from social media if we want to. But guess who can't? Guess who does not get that privilege? Black people. Because that's their daily life. That's their real life experience. Remember that.
This last year has just been white people dealing with black issues, and now white people are angry, just like black people are angry, and I hope you understand why the black angry man trope exists, right? Because imagine, you guys are mad that ICE is shooting you guys in the street, justifiably so, and kicking y'all asses. The police killed my cousin, right? So, we like, once again, the police have been kicking our ass. Society have been making it so that we can't get jobs. They've been killing our family members. They've been killing our friends. Gun violence has been destroying our communities. Drugs have been destroying our communities, and now it affects white people, and now they're not. Now shit ain't funny. And I want you guys to remember that this isn't gonna last forever, okay? And I hope when things go back to normal for you guys, for non-black communities, I want you guys to at least look sympathetically on the black community, because these issues won't get better for us. They have remained pretty consistent. Right now, the unemployment amongst young children is the same as the black unemployment, consistently. That's not gonna change. Well, I really want you guys to at least be sympathetic when things get better for you. When ICE stops shooting you niggas in the street, I really want you guys to remember black people and be like, damn, they gotta deal with this shit all the time. When the war on drugs and the opiate crisis gets solved and you guys go back to being happy-go-lucky, I want you guys to remember, damn, they really threw black addicts in jail for having a disease. When everything changes, right? I want you guys to remember this as to why black people are so angry. Because when it happened to other communities, they were equally as angry because it sucks.
White people blame us for their problems. Let me give you a prime example. I'm in Roseburg, Oregon, right? You got a bunch of white meth addicts. They can't stop doing meth. They love meth. Meth is like water to them. And they blame black people for that. I hired a farmhand who's she identifies as a white guy, but he's fucking Hispanic. And he's sitting there talking about how I used to have problems with black people because we used to blame them for their problems. You're blaming us for your problems. They are so used to us being slaves. They are so used to us cleaning their fucking houses, taking care of their goddamn kids, tending to their fucking fields to the point where they cannot function on their own. Many of them, they're like children, like stupid, meth addict, inbred children. So I want you to understand something, right? Some of the animosity that you're seeing, like in places like Roseburg, Oregon, very, very white town, is because they can't stop doing meth. They can't stop banging their fucking sister, so they want to blame you for it, for their own bullshit meth-fueled actions.
If as a white person, your first reaction is to get defensive when any other race or ethnicity is educating you on their generational and lived experiences, you're in the wrong. They are not attacking you. They are not checking you. They are educating you. Some people may not be nice about it, but can you fucking blame them? Centuries of mistreatment of black people, brown people, Native Americans, Asians, and you want to sugarcoat, you saltine? Take what they're saying. Don't take how they're saying it and use that opportunity to fucking learn. It is not fucking about you.
It's crazy how white people are just now seeing America that we all grew up seeing, and now they're like, this is horrible. It's been horrible. They've been doing this. This is not a shock to us. And it wouldn't be a shock to you if y'all didn't believe every single thing white supremacy has fed to you, right? It wouldn't be a shock to you if that every time something happens to a black person, you just kind of brush it off because it didn't happen to you. And the truth is, women been being abused and killed and attacked, but the women were dark skinned, so it didn't apply to you. This has happened multiple times. What do y'all always say? Well, if they just comply, if they just comply. No, it's nothing about complying, because even when you comply, they'll still beat the shit out of you. They'll still take your life. So understand, this is what we've been trying to explain to people. When they have an agenda to already harm you, they will harm you because they don't care. They already have it set in their minds. So welcome to the party.
You really think they woke up and said, wow, black people are human after all. Let's be nice. They didn't desegregate because they loved us. They desegregated because they couldn't afford to look stupid on the world stage. And they couldn't afford to let us get too powerful without them. After World War II, America was busy trying to sell itself as the leader of the free world. You know, democracy, liberty, justice for all. All the same stuff they were never giving to black people at home. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union was pointing and laughing. Freedom. Y'all can't even let black kids drink from the same water fountain. And America? They couldn't bomb their way out of that bad press. So the same people who spent decades lynching us, burning us out of towns, and pretending we didn't exist, decided it was time to clean up their image. Desegregation was never about morality. It was always about marketing. One thing they never tell you about desegregation, we weren't begging to sit next to them. We were thriving without them. Black businesses were booming. Black schools were educating future doctors, lawyers, and scientists. Black neighborhoods were self-sufficient. And they couldn't have that. Because if we didn't need them, they couldn't control us. Simple math. But instead of congratulating us, they used desegregation as a way to bulldoze everything we built. Black schools shut down. Black teachers fired by the thousands. Black businesses starved out once the black dollar started flowing into white businesses. Yeah, they didn't integrate with us. They absorbed what we built and threw the rest away like leftovers. And today they have the nerve to ask why black communities are still rebuilding. Because y'all didn't just move the goalpost. Y'all burnt the whole field. Desegregation wasn't a handshake. It was a hostile takeover. They didn't open the doors because they respected us. They opened the doors just wide enough to flood everything that we built and call it progress. So the next time somebody tells you to be grateful for desegregation, remind them that we didn't get rights because they loved us. We got them because we fought like hell while they smiled for the cameras. They didn't integrate us. They invaded us. And we're still rebuilding what they couldn't steal.
When white people see my posts about racism in America, frequently they say, I didn't know. When black people see these comments, they say, we already know. There is no way you didn't know. Don't pretend you didn't. This disconnect is really hard to explain, and I've been trying to understand it myself. I'm going to be digging into this really deep because I think...
Isn't it interesting how they tell you that people who look like me, that we're the majority? They call it white privilege. They tell you that your voice, your vote, your culture doesn't matter because you've had it too good for too long, right? But here's the truth. White people only make up 8% of the global population. 8%. That means that 92% of the world is non-white. And yet, you're painted as the oppressor. You're told that you've got the privilege and that you're part of the privileged class. when every other supposed minority gets priority treatment. You ever notice that? They're the ones who are granted special access to the educational system, to job placement, to government aid programs, and to just about everything else. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not asking for special treatment or special access, but don't shove this shit down my throat that somehow we're the privileged ones. The media, the school systems, the political figures, they've all been demonizing white people, especially white conservatives, for decades. And it's enough. We're done being told that we're the problem with the world when all we want is just to be left alone. We're done being told that we need to sit down. We need to shut up. We need to apologize for existing. That's not balance. That's not equity you guys were always talking about. That's gaslighting. That's the real racism. The establishment has lied to everyone. They've convinced you that white people are the global majority, when in reality, we're the minority. And now, in America, white European Americans are about to become the minority in this nation. And if you're a white European American, well, your kids, they'll be the minority. Your grandkids, they'll be an even smaller minority. So ask yourself, why is the media trying to portray it as though we're taking over the world? And that we're doing everything to oppress people? Why is the media doing that? Why do politicians cheer on the political violence and demonization of white people? Why is it only ever called progress when they're actively erasing white culture? Why is that progress? Simple answer is this: because if they convince you that you're the villain, they can strip you of your identity. And when people lose their identity, they lose their will to fight. But here's the thing, we're done apologizing. We're done pretending we don't see it. We're done letting our children and our grandchildren inherit a world where they're taught to hate who they are and where everyone else is taught to hate them. White people are the minority, and it's time to stop letting them tear us down. Black pride is celebrated. Asian pride is celebrated. Latin pride, all these cultures are celebrated. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your culture. They just villainized you to think that there was. We have a beautiful culture, and there's nothing wrong with being proud of that. There, I said it. Call me a racist, but you'll be wrong. I'm the furthest thing from a racist. The real racists are the ones who inherently hate white people because of the color of their fucking skin. There's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are as a person and the family and the heritage that you came from. And we do that by standing our ground, with strength, with discipline, with an unbreakable commitment to preserve who we are. Because if we don't fight for it now, we won't have anything to fight for later.
I have a question. Is this thing called black fatigue, is it very real? Because I find it very weird, because I don't know why people are claiming to be, they are claiming that black fatigue is something, even black in themselves are so tired with this term black fatigue. And one thing I'm really impressed is this guy who we've just seen in the beginning of the video, who is trying to educate about how they mistreated black Americans and how they enslaved them. And he's trying to educate them and saying they tried so many times to pull black Americans down, but they just somehow they had to rise. They rose again. And that is something that is kind of really pleading with white Americans to let black Americans be. And that statement has already touched me so much, and I feel so appreciating to this particular guy who has just spoken his truth, and that is one thing I'm really impressed with this particular person. So guys, I want to watch the rest of the video. I'll be back with more commentaries. Remember guys, these videos belong to the original creators who deserves credit for making them possible. And this video guys, a disclaimer just is for educational and creating awareness so that you guys can know what's happening around the world today. And watch till the end. Most sure subscribe and let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below.
Okay, black fatigue, let's talk about it. So there's this new term going around called black fatigue. And essentially, white people are growing tired of black culture, of being told that they're the victims, all this rhetoric, right? Now, mind you, I've seen it and mostly talked about on the perspective of black ghetto individuals. Mind you, there's a clear distinction between black people and ghetto individuals, okay? Black people are people that think for themselves, that are just in existence, but then there's ghetto. But there's two extremes of black fatigue. There's Don Lemon, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, like those type of people that are well-spoken, like normal people, that are forcing rhetoric down people's throats, right? Saying you're black, therefore X, Y, and Z, right? Then they're just as, I think, as extreme as the ghetto black individuals, the black culture of rap, and that's not what black is, right? Pants sagging down, people are tired of that. But not even just the fact that people are tired of those two things. You're a white individual, you're told, just because of the color of your skin, that you're an issue, that you're an oppressor, that, you know what I mean? Like, you're the problem, right? So they're being told this dialogue that is exhausting, to tell that no matter what you do, you will always be an issue, right? But then in the same breath, the ghetto or the other extreme, right? Barack, those type Don Lemon people will say, you're the issue, but you have to help us. Why would people want to help someone that is just blaming them constantly. You know, that's exhausting. But hear me, Black people, okay, like myself and so many others, right? We're tired of being grouped into that mess, hearing it. The Black community, majority, do not take responsibility. We're tired because we want to progress in society. Asian culture is thriving. There's so many cultures, right, that are taking responsibility for things that have happened. Don't victim blame others and themselves, and they're not living in oppression mentality, right? They're free. Black community, we're so enslaved up here that it projects onto every dynamic of society. Police brutality, white people bad, all this rhetoric. It's so exhausting. So yes, rightfully so. White people are speaking up because they are exhausted. We're exhausted too. We agree. We normal Black people, okay? We are tired of hearing it too. The rhetoric of, oh, Carmelo Anthony was right and justified because he got bullied and this and that, so therefore he can unalive somebody. That's exhausting. Oh, the Black community, Black on Black crime doesn't exist because of X, Y, and Z. It's the white man's the issue. It's exhausting. Black fatigue. We're tired of it. We're tired of the ghetto. We're tired of the Don Lemons. We're tired. We just want normal folks that can think for themselves, have opinions for themselves, don't project blame onto people, take responsibility, take accountability. I'm done. That's my rant. Anyway, happy Mother's Day. Having a great day for all the women out there. All the women, mind you. Okay, bye-bye.
You know, more and more Black people are starting to speak up. They're starting to speak up on the community. And I don't blame us because we tired. See, what a lot of people don't understand is that there's a huge difference between regular Black folk and ninjas. Let me break it down for you. Ninjas want to stay in their horrible environments. They have no self-respect and no self-control. They go around unaliving, essaying, stealing, robbing. They don't care about each other. They don't take care of their neighborhoods. And they definitely don't take care of themselves. They don't care about their appearance. They outside loud and obnoxious. Bonnets and mink lashes, extremely long fingernails, sagging pants, smelling like an overwhelming odor of marijuana. And of course they the victim. They still complaining about something that happened 400 years ago, way before their time, way before their parents' time, way before their great-grandparents' time, way before their great-great-great-grandparents' time. Need I go on? And then we got regular Black folk. We take pride in our community. We are hardworking, ambitious individuals who definitely want to be segregated from all that nonsense. Our demeanor and our appearance speak volume. We understand that there's a time and a place for our behavior. And most of all, we respect one another. We are not victims. We are the ones without our Black card. So yes, Black fatigue is really real.
Black people, we want to know why people don't want our kids in public places. You want to know why they're putting all these rules of a dress code and literally forcing them out of restaurants and all of this. Well, I'm going to give you some sound advice. When you are okay with your child singing songs like Spin That by Young Miami, saying, first line is, where my scamming ass niggas at? And you wonder why our kids are so poisoned, why they think that killing and violence is cool. They glorify the thug, lust, and scamming culture. And you're okay with them listening to this music. You're hitting record of your young daughters twerking. You're hitting record with your sons throwing up gang signs, having all the money out there, you know, because we gotta know that they have money, right? It's embarrassing. It is. It's extremely embarrassing. And then you give other races something to talk about. Why? A lot of people are not far off on their allegations about these stereotypes. Now, when you have your kids listening to this stuff and you're hearing it, is there nothing that goes through your mind like, this is absolute trash? That my kid may have been influenced by some of these lyrics about the culture. Does that ever run through your head? No, it doesn't. All right. And again, it's not all Black people. But I see the trajectory of where this is going. And it does not look good. When are the influential people in the Black community that care so much about Black people advancement and all of this stuff, why are they not speaking out about this? We can talk all the time about white people, how oppressed we are, all that, but why are we not talking about how our babies are being poisoned by these lyrics, these songs, and these rappers that you guys glorify. We all know that what you ingest is what you become. So we can talk about all of these things, about what other races are doing to us, but we can't fix our own problems. If we took half the time to worry about what's going on over here and fixing the problems in our own community, we really wouldn't even have time to hear the bigots, the racists, all of that. But no, we like to pass the blame. I'm tired of it. And black people that have money and influence, you need to start speaking up about this stuff. You guys are being loyal to the demise of our people, and something has to be said.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but I got black victim mentality fatigue, man. I am so sick and tired of hearing the same thing, meaning that this victim mentality that's in the black community, I about had it, man. I'm so sick and tired of hearing it. And to be honest with you, I bet a lot of these folks probably live, some of them, not all, but the ones that can afford it, I guarantee you, they probably live in a white neighborhood, mixed neighborhood that's nice and have all the amenities, nice parks. I don't know of too many black folks that's hardworking, wants to run to the hood to live.
I keep hearing people talking about black fatigue. And it's not black fatigue. It's nigga fatigue. Change the saying. It's not black fatigue. Nobody's tired of black people. I love black people. Niggas get on my nerves though. But I love black people, so it's not black fatigue. It's nigga fatigue. Don't nobody like no niggas. Niggas. Look, man. Black people don't even like niggas. So it's not black fatigue. I love black people. Black people love black people. But don't nobody like niggas. Black people don't like niggas. No other race likes niggas. And I'm gonna do you one better. Every race has niggas. A nigga ain't black. A nigga is just a nigga. Like, you could be any race. White folks got niggas. Chinese people got niggas. Everybody got niggas. Mexican people got niggas. Like, so it's not black fatigue. I don't like hearing black fatigue because, like I say, I love my black people. But I don't like niggas. I'm sick and tired of them niggas.
Black fatigue is when we, as black people, get tired of the shenanigans of our black brothers and sisters, the ghetto ratchetness, the glorification of the hood lifestyle, the single parent homes, the ebonics, the twerking and acting like fools in places of decorum like restaurants and graduation ceremonies and all that. Black fatigue is what causes us to put our money together. As soon as we get money, we move out of those ratchet neighborhoods. We're out, we're gone. Black fatigue is dealing with exhaustion, being called racist because we choose not to speak like thugs. We choose to call out certain bad behavior in the black culture, and we choose to not victimize ourselves and blame everything on the white man and oppression and all that. That's black fatigue.
Black fatigue is real. Everybody is tired of black people, but it's two specific types of black people that everyone is tired of. Number one, everybody is tired of loud, ghetto, and ratchet, and violent, and mean, and angry all the time. Everybody is tired of them. Nobody wants to deal with them. Even other black people do not want to deal with these people. You know when you see them in public, you know when they're going to give you attitude at the CVS. Everybody knows it, and they want to avoid it. The second group of black people that everybody is tired of is this sort of like fake black bougie intelligentsia who kind of like walks around telling everybody how they're supposed to think or speak or act when it comes to anything black. These are the most privileged black people in the world. These people have built enormous platforms and have so much money, and yet they are still perpetual victims all the time. And all they ever do is lecture white people about how to talk to or about black people, and then they lecture other black people if they don't talk or think or speak in ways in which they approve. Black fatigue is real. Everybody is so tired of both of these groups of black people that they don't know what to do. So yeah, black fatigue is real, and I got it.
I'm so glad other black people are thinking about black fatigue because I've been having that on my mind for so long now. I can smell the Uncle Tom and Coon comments coming already. Black people are not a collective whole, okay? There's two primary types. There's black people, and then there's niggas. And trust me, white people, us black people, really be right there with you when you be looking at a nigga like... So I think we should change the term to nigga fatigue because black people, they the cool ones. They just be chilling, minding their business, living as black people. Now, niggas are the ones you tend to hold your belongings a little tighter when they come around, not black people. Niggas are the ones who be screaming and hollering all the time in public for no reason. Niggas are the ones who gonna argue with a cop over little ass bullshit. Niggas are the ones who still pull out the oppression card over every little thing. It was not black people who was looting businesses, burning buildings down, and destroying cities. That was niggas. And I have an extreme disdain for niggas because they give us all a bad look. Legally, we should be able to identify as either black people or niggas, and that's the distinction right there. Just so we can all continue to avoid the niggas that we don't want to be around, but all the black people and everybody else, we all get to live in peace and harmony.
So guys, now you know what is black fatigue, because many people have been saying, you know, like especially black people, I mean white people, they are always like complaining about black fatigue. They say black people always complain, always bring this issue, whereby they sometimes they want to be heard, you know, like to be heard when they speak. Okay, so this is something that black people have come out to claim and to clarify things. They are saying the black fatigue, it's giving them headache, because at the end of the day they believe that the black fatigue is those people who are you know, those are the niggers, those people whom people are confusing to bring those who, like, you know, sometimes I don't want to use this term, but sometimes people who bring chaos, those are the people whom they have been being confused when they say black fatigue, and they come out clearly to claim that, you know, we are black Americans and we deserve to be in a better way. You guys should treat us equally and not the same way that you guys think we are. Okay, so these videos were made a year ago, most of them, and that's how, you know, people have been saying, and I've decided to come across some of these videos and bring you to my attention so that you guys can know what's happening in this particular point. And remember, these videos are for educational and creating awareness, and credits belongs to the owners, originals of the owner of this video that you have just seen. So thank you so much for watching up to this point, guys. I just want to say thank you. Stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't, because we have so many videos which are coming. So see you guys in the next one. Peace, one love, bye bye.